This is really embarrassing to have a bad pour.
Do we want some paper
All right,
towels?
yeah. Well, welcome everybody to episode number 4 of Tapped In on Cape Cod. Today, we have two very special guests. We have Christina and Christine from Salty's Speakeasy. Now, what is Salty's Speakeasy, you say? Well, we're gonna find out today. So, we know that Christine over here is fully vaccinated. Christine over here hasn't been vaccinated yet. So she's gonna keep her mask on, and I'm sick. I've got my first dose, so as of taping, and so I'm gonna take my mask off. I'm a good distance away. So you okay with that?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. And you can leave it on too if you wanted to.
Well, we'll give a little chat.
Right. So you might say, all right, well, what is Salty's Speakeasy? Look at all the gear we have.
You're swagged out.
I got the hat. It was a little too cool to just wear the tank top. But I've got a Salty's charm from Wash Ashore. We're gonna have the girls on from Wash Ashore sometime. So tell us a little bit about you two first of all.
Well, Christine and I are, not only do we share a name, but we are colleagues, sort of. So Christine is the owner of Growth Mode Bookkeeping and Accounting, and I am Salty Bread Studios. We're both small business owners. And at the kind of onset of the, seriousness of the pandemic hitting our region and our nation, everything shut down, and as a person who works in events a lot, I was pretty freaked out, like most folks were, and as most small business owners. And I think Christine and I had been, speaking often as my accountant and, confidant. And we just kind of had one of those kind of evening chats over the phone, she gave me some recommendations and, be conservative, all that. We don't know what's coming. And we just were like, well, we're going to have a few cocktails tonight. We need to mellow out. And is that how it happened? I mean, I feel like I always tell this story and then.
Yeah, I think, and two, I was like, do you know what we mix elderflower liqueur with?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so cool. It's all the rage, but I have no idea what to do with this. So she's cool. She's got all the mixes. She does everything the cool. I'm like, she's in the mix, right? So I'm like, what do I mix this with? And then we were like, wouldn't it be cool if you just had one spot where everyone just shared their recipes and told you where they found the good beer and this or that. And then it literally, I think it was a blink of eyes. She's like, hold on. And I got an invite on my Facebook to Salty Speakeasy. It literally happened like that. And then that was by the way, this was 2 weeks into the shutdown when, as a parent, every Wednesday Baker was on. I was cracking a beer at 11 in the morning, no. All of us were. It was just total insanity. And I think it was 1,300 members,
well, yeah, so
right away.
What Salty Speakeasy is literally is it's just a Facebook group, and so it's invitation only. It's designed. It evolves to only be for women because we felt that women in particular don't really have a space where they can put their guard down and just say, well, I need a glass of wine, or for some reason, I guess it seems a little more faux pas to discuss, even if it's very casual, some, drinking in a public forum. I don't particularly want to do that myself as a business owner.
True, yeah, exactly.
So in the privacy of the group, it made sense, and we somehow kind of got on the idea that it was going to be women only, just the sorority kind of aspect of it.
A she shed.
Yes,
A she shed.
A virtual she
A
shed.
virtual she shed.
She said she shed.
That was really good.
Speaking of, you want to pick a beer? I'm gonna grab the Cape Cod beer because I know of Beth Marcus's big involvement with.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. We
With-
would be remiss without
Right.
mentioning
So
that
that's
team.
what-
Oh, no.
Oh
This
my.
is really embarrassing to have a bad pour.
Do we want some paper
All right,
towels?
yeah.
Or you want me to go get them?
Cut. Now, people are going to think that I definitely shook that up just for some sort of effect. I did not. I did
All
not.
right.
So, okay, so anyway, so I had come across the group, and I said, what's this? My tail's wagging. What's going on with this thing? Sign me up. And
Sure.
it's just a blast. You know, you've got, like you said, it is this, you know, you limited it to two women. And maybe some people have a problem with that because, you know, you can't have a group of just men. But personally, I feel like you could have a group of just men if you wanted it to. But hey, it is what it is. But it is it's a nice little safe space for us to just express yourself with the cocktail. And like you said, the recipes that people are coming up with, or even just pointing out, hey, look at this product I found. And of course, members of the group, they own liquor stores, they own, you know, they own breweries, and they're all, you see folks who you would think are just beer drinkers, and they come up with this gin that they found, and you're like, oh, well, all right, I'd like to try that. And, you know, it's not a crazy atmosphere, it's just a nice, fun community.
Salty's was organic from the beginning, just to say that, like, the women that joined made what it is. It wasn't just us two, which was kind of exciting. Like, our logo came from a member. We all voted that this is what we want. Our website, all our pictures from our website, that's all members wearing the gear. The gear's done by a member on our on our Facebook group. So everything came about so organically, and I think that's probably why so many people were attracted, especially, you know, business owners in this industry, and Beth Marcus being such a huge support right out the gate, and her whole team did lives. They did lives at the brewery. Every Thursday we would try to get someone to go on and do like a live recipe. So, you know, everything was shut down. All the events were shut down. And actually, Beth kind of approached us like, hey, would you guys want to do an in-person event? And it was like kind of scary to talk about that last summer. Right. But I think like she said, sorry. You know, we're all such like a collective group of like awesome women that respect business owners, because tons of business owners in this group, which is super cool too. That's like a whole nother layer. And this event sold out. They did a beer cocktail demo, which was like unbelievably done. Alyssa over there put her heart and soul into crafting these recipes, and we sold merchandise. We had
Underground Bakery provided pretzels and really awesome cookies. So it was truly a reflection of the women that are in the group, and everybody kind of came together, and we put out, and also Beth and her team really wanted the opportunity to try hosting an event, so with socially distant, you know, procedures in place, and see how that went, because I can only imagine owning a brewery, like what kind of variety you get in your clientele, you know. And she knew we'd be respectful. We weren't going to, you know, overserve ourselves or be delinquents. So it was good for all of us. You know, we all needed to get out, and it was all outdoors too, which was great.
Yeah, which was great. And Leanne over there, she really was monumental in making it happen. Like, we couldn't have. It was like such a gift that they gave us, like their expertise, and we were just kind of like, we were so excited. We're like, yes, of course, we're gonna do this with you. And she, I mean, Leanne really, she went out of her way to make sure it like really flowed really well, and it was awesome.
But Salty's, how did the name come about? I mean, your business.
Sure. Well, it certainly is a nod to my own business, Salty's Broad Studios, which I'm a photographer. And I photograph weddings and events and portraits. And, you know, it is sort of part of my job to attend parties. So I thought, well, how fun would it be if it kind of was a little bit of a reference to the fact that I am a professional party goer. Yeah. But this is my little enclave, my little speakeasy. And I just I do love the term speakeasy. There's something very mysterious and underground about it. When I lived in Worcester, there was a speakeasy party in like the basement of an old 3-decker, and there was a great live band, and there was cocktail, like, whatever, those special fancy cocktails, mixology type things. And I just like wanted to kind of capture that vibe virtually, of course. So that's kind of where it came from. But honestly, it wasn't really well that thought out. We just had a few drinks
happened,
and it came out, and we made the group. And the next morning we woke up and there were 200 people in it. So
it definitely is filling a need.
Yes, it is. It's a place where, like, it's not even just about the recipes, but it's just a little bit of camaraderie,
it's levity,
too.
yeah.
This whole year has been just, nobody knows what's going to happen one day to the next, but for all of us, we share one common thread that we like to imbibe on alcohol. So it was like a really nice place to, it transcended politics, it transcended almost everything, literally. Just that we had this like common vibe that, we're in this together, whatever it may be for each one of us, but
yeah,
we
let's
share
not
that.
forget, this was a, one, power punch of a year. Not only did we have a global pandemic, but it was an election year and a very, I don't even know how to, like a controversial election year. Many, the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter. There was a lot of stressful things going on all at once. And we, as much as I'm a former journalist, and I'm very much in tune and about conversation and talking about the current events, the Speakeasy is really a break from all that. There's really none of that politics or any of that controversial stuff. We don't even really allow any advertising, and up until very recently, we've started allowing other small business owners to just share about their business, but no in your face, like, get your deal at the local diner. We're really about
I think that would end up pushing people away.
Exactly.
It's not what you can get that everywhere on Facebook, every social media platform. You're bombarded with ads.
Yeah.
So this is another way to keep it a respite from that. To kind of keep that advertising element down, but also pump the tires, so to speak, of some businesses, that are in the community.
Yeah, and we've had such great support from other small businesses in this, so we definitely wouldn't be having this conversation even right now without their support. And even, like I said, to have this beautiful logo designed, it just, everything came about organically.
I love the logo.
Yeah, and she's an Emmy Award-winning graphic designer.
Really?
And she's in our group, and she just threw a logo on there,
I
and we got to
I
vote
didn't know
on it.
that.
Yeah.
So I know about the voting part. I didn't know about her credentials.
Yeah,
didn't know
Erin
about that.
Deneen. Yeah, I mean, she's really a heavy hitter.
Texas, right?
She's lives in Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee, right. Wrong state.
And she grew up in Bourne, which is kind of cool. That's where I live. I grew up there, and so I think that's been like part of the magic of it too, is that we didn't commercialize it in a way that we just told them what they were gonna feel and taste and see. They told us if we ever needed to make a decision, we'd poll it, get some feedback from the members. Like the merchandise, we did not think that we were gonna have a website with a full merchandise line. I mean, it just happened that way. All the photography is us. Obviously, she took it. But it's fun. It's all girls wearing the gear, just giving us a cheers with their pint glass. And I think that's been the exceptional part of it, is that the group feels like it is their group, too. That, they're part of what's happening, and it's been fun.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite things is, one of my favorite little mini stories is that, I went to the post office in the early stages of our merch orders. And I had, a mountain of, it was, high demand. The first order was insane. I mean, it was way beyond
hundreds
our
of orders.
ability.
We didn't know. We were like, what?
All done through like Google Forms. It was all manually. And, now we have a website on Shopify, and so it's a lot easier. But so I was at the post office juggling all of these packages, and the postal worker was like, wait a minute. Are you Salty from Salty's Speakeasy?
Are you salty? Are you salty?
And I was like, yeah. Well, she's like, well, and then of course, it was kind of funny. She's like, well, I'm salty too. So like, I love that. I love how everybody kind of like embodies, like, I'm not just salty. We're all salty. We're all Salty Speakeasy. And from then on, now I have a great friend at the post office. We're besties now, and I come in all the time for all kinds of things, and she's a member. And then, you feel a sense of camaraderie too when you see another salty gal wearing the gear out and about, which happens. And I even had somebody tell me they saw somebody at a rest stop in New Jersey wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, we've sent merchandise orders all over the country.
It's funny how it's
everywhere.
Originated here on Cape Cod.
Yeah.
And I've invited people. I went to college in New Jersey. And of course, you have people that you know who totally belong in the group that you must invite, and they're not from
their
the
friends
Cape.
are going to invite their friends.
And so now it has blossomed a bit, and it is a virtual community for the most part. What I also really love about it is there's really no age bracket.
Just gonna say that.
You've got younger folks who are just of drinking age, and then all the way, so no limit. So.
It's not a keg party, but
Exactly.
we do go to keg parties.
We would.
Keg parties are not forbidden.
It has been suggested.
Yeah, but it's like you said, it's all ages, which I love too. I especially love when, someone just unexpected post themselves like making a cocktail, like they feel like empowered too. Like where else are they gonna put that on their own Facebook? Like, hey, it's 3:00 on Wednesday, just mixing up a margarita. No way. Whereas we'd be like, yes, that's awesome.
Well, just to put the age, the all ages welcome thing in context, my grandmother's in the group, and she's 84, and she actually works in a bar, not because she needs to, but because she enjoys it. She's a tambourine lady at a bar called Raise the Bar in South Amboy, New Jersey. And she's one of our biggest supporters, too. She recently bought a knit hat, and of course, I'm her granddaughter, so she's going to, support the business, well, I hate calling it a business, but the
venture.
The club.
The club.
And,
this really is a club. It is
she
a club.
loves it. I'm trying to get her to do a Zoom with her tambourine skills. We'll see if she'll come around, but.
Put a beverage right there. Fits right in. And some people have put in some non-alcoholic beverages as well. I've seen every so often that really create, I often wish there were more non-alcoholic options at bars. Because you just want the
mocktails.
experience. It's not necessarily that you need to imbibe in alcohol. It's just you want to be with your friends.
Yeah.
You're the designated driver, or not. You just maybe don't drink.
Yeah.
Or don't want to drink that evening. I wish there were more fun non-alcoholic options instead of water, soda.
I think that's changing too. I think in the next couple of years we're going to see more of that, and I think sobriety is taking a new, popular. It's just becoming more of a thing now, and it's social. It's not as much of a socially like.
Oh, you're not
Yeah,
drinking.
no, I think
Yeah,
that people
absolutely.
are more I'm of course supportive of anyone who makes that choice, and I think with things like kombucha and like all the mocktails and seltzers and things, there's no reason why we can't have more of those options, and it's good for the businesses too, because they could probably still do a nice, make some money off of these non-alcoholic beverages.
Right.
Yeah, one of the girls that was waiting on me, she saw my shirt and she's like, oh, it's Salties. And I said, oh, it's a underground girls drinking group. And she's our waitress a couple times at this Mexican restaurant we go to. And she's like, I'm pregnant right now, but I'm going to join the group. But like, wouldn't that be fun? It's like we do transition out of, in and out of being able to drink too.
Sure.
So if doing more of that. But yeah, like we support all communities, and we definitely think like sobriety is an important thing that if you're choosing for yourself, so we're not like shoving alcohol down people's throats. I don't really think it's that. It doesn't feel like that.
It doesn't
on the
feel like
page,
that.
right?
No, it doesn't feel like that.
No, we just want people to celebrate however they feel comfortable, and I definitely have a few friends who choose not to drink, and they're like, it sounds really fun what you're doing, and even though I don't drink, can I come in? And I'm like, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
And
I think that's the point.
Yes,
The
yeah.
safety, the feeling of this safe community to imbibe, not imbibe, but just have this kind of camaraderie. That's something to be celebrated, and something that, I'm a little afraid, we're going to explode this bigger and bigger and bigger, and keep it, everybody. Just keep it cool. Keep it cool.
There's only one salty
Cool.
speakeasy,
There's
right?
only one, right? There's only one salty speakeasy.
The OG on the Cape.
Right.
We do want to thank you as well.
Yeah.
This is just an opportune time. We would have thanked you like a week or so ago, but with our 1-year anniversary, we kind of put out there like a little soft contest that between that time, I don't remember what it was. It was a couple weeks before our 1-year anniversary. We added a question to get into the group. Who invited you? And whoever invited the most
boy.
people
I do enjoy
gets a
inviting.
prize. You did. So this is not rigged. I'm looking at the camera to say this, but you won. You were like on everyone's response.
Far and away, the most invites.
Yeah, so we were psyched because we wanted to get up to 2,500 people for the anniversary, and so we have for you for this summer in that tank top when you're hot and sweaty, drinking some beers on the river. We have a nice little cooler that floats.
Oh my!
Hang out in the
Oh
ocean.
my God! Let me see it.
So thank you so much.
Oh my!
And that was thoughtfully
Look at
donated
that.
by the
That is
Washer
so
Shore girls, by the
Oh,
way. They
really?
donated that to give as a giveaway.
Oh
so it's
my
like,
goodness! The Washer Shore girls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
here's a
make
little pendant.
jewelry from washers. The back
Yes.
is.
And they're all different colors.
yeah.
And we have a batch that we're using for special giveaways that they gave to us, but we also want to do something special for them and like promote it this summer, is really push their jewelry, and we have like all different colors. It's just the coolest jewelry.
Yeah.
And
It's
they're
very clever.
so fun. They've been some of the funnest people on the group, right?
Oh.
Hands down.
Yeah, we should say that one of the other benefits of being part of the Speakeasy is being privy to the fantastic TikTok videos that Jen and Lindsay of Washer Shore put together. I mean, they're wildly entertaining. They're hilarious.
Natural. They're naturals. at it.
They're natural
Yeah.
born stars. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually something of theirs goes viral, and if it hasn't already.
Yeah.
And
On New Year's Day, so many people were just saying how grateful they were. You know, that's when you kind of look back and you look forward. So many women said on that day on the Speakeasy, this group got me through last year. This was hands down the place that I go to. Some people even have left Facebook and only come back in to check the page. And it just felt like, whoa, that's huge. That this, all walks of life, they were saying, you know, gosh, this group, these women in here, it's just like, it's the
Very
best
supportive.
she shed. Yeah.
It's very supportive. Nobody's. People who post are typically posting things that are topical for what we're talking
Yeah.
about, and everybody's so supportive. Nobody's saying, "Oh, I hate that crap."
no,
Nobody
it's
would
a
say
very
that. And
positive
if you
vibe,
felt
yeah.
that way, you wouldn't put it. You wouldn't mention. You wouldn't even. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Keeps growing.
And some, in some Facebook arenas, it's like that.
Yeah.
And Twitter and all these other social media spots, maybe except for Instagram, but you get the you get that negativity, and it's just not allowed here.
No,
And it's
no
not
way.
that you have to put your foot down either. It's
We
just-
have not
no.
had to ever, knock on wood, ever say anything to anyone. It has always been just such a chill group of girls. We're so thrilled to be part of it.
Yeah, I would say like the most popular topics are, having a cocktail, having a drink, parenthood, and just, I don't know, like just entertaining each other. Like we're just trying to be funny. It's
But
mostly just
sometimes to just get a laugh.
yeah, the memes alone and the little
Right.
clips and the things people find. I mean, really, it's like, did you find this cute little funny drinking related video or meme on Facebook and you put it in there, and it's pretty funny.
And then we have girls that are awesome because they save us all a lot of money on the seltzers. They're going to drink every one of every kind of seltzer and tell us which one to get and where to get it. And last year, that was like because there's so many on the market, and a lot of them are new, and they're all coming out with new ones. So that's always going to be a huge thing in the beginning of the summer.
Oh yeah,
Because
we're
a
gonna
lot
have
of
to
people.
get the koozies that fit the little skinny
we
cans
do.
too.
Yeah, we do.
Right. They need this. Yes.
The koozies are really
that's-
popular.
I need that. I need that
got
in my
you.
life.
We can do this.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Well, I want to show everybody what I got here.
Yeah.
the mega chill. The mega chill, Intex mega chill, like it's a floating cooler.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
thanks
you.
to Washershore,
Yeah,
Shore, right?
absolutely.
Gals.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's so cool. And it's hilarious that I'm inviting all these people, and they actually accept it. You know, you can invite till the cows come home if they're like, nah, that's not for me. But apparently, it's for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate you gals coming by and talking about this fantastic group, Salty's Speakeasy.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And off to bigger and better things. I don't know what would be better than what it currently is, but we'll go with it.
Absolutely.
Cheers to that.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.